What's this? What's this? There's new parts everywhere. What is this? What's this? Alright, we're going to do the pilot bearing first. Yeah, see if we can get the transmission in real quick. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, behind the scenes, every time before we lift the truck, I usually run around like 3 times to make sure the little lift arms right here are in the perfect spot. So yeah, make sure everything's nice and secure. We don't just slap it up in the air. Like, that would not be a good idea. I usually do that and give it a nice shake once it's about that high off the ground too. Make sure it's not going to fall off on my head, which is a good thing. So yeah. When you're doing this part, make sure your clutch plate is centered, because it kind of cinches it down. And if you cinch it off center, it's going to be a huge pain, if not impossible, to try to get your transmission back in. This one feels like it's going to break. Maybe not.
Yeah, you don't need much tighter. Now that Brandon's got the clutch plate torqued down, we're ready to go ahead, and we've got a exhaust gasket we can put on here on the collector, get that tightened up, and then we can put the transmission in. It'll be a little easier to get the exhaust in and bolted up, torqued down before we bolt the transmission in. That's why we're going to do it first. Moving forward.
Goddamn floaty. It's driving me nuts. Alright, forgot about the exhaust. Hold that thought. Well, the good news is I don't feel any crap stuck in there anywhere. So I'm fairly certain I cleaned it out already. Both sides feel good. Okay, this side's a little crusty. I'll see if I can wipe it off. Typical exhaust for rust. Especially in Washington. Oh my god. All the water here, everything rusts super fast. Alright, so that thing goes on. Maybe. I said this thing goes on. Not this shit. should have done this before. Damn it. Bobby. And I can find out how to do this. There's not enough room to get that thing in. There's just not. Go in your home. Oh. Oh. Come on. You can do it. So close. But so far. Oh, oh. Was that it? I think that was it. Oh, yeah. Alright. Do I move the exhaust up? Do I move the engine down? I don't even know. Both? Yeah, the engine doesn't really want to move. There we go. Bam. Move them both up. That's the key. Thank you, Eric the Red on Yoda Tech. We've been using all of his specs that he copied from a Toyota manual. So thank you for that. It makes our life a lot easier. These particular bolts, the exhaust pipe to the exhaust manifold, are 46 foot-pounds, which is a lot higher than I would have thought. So, yeah, we'll do that on this Toyota 3VZE engine. I don't know what E stands for. Engine, economy, excitement, Excelsior. I don't know. That only took about 2 seconds.
Down from the putting in the shifters. Just some regular Cougar House Garage gymnastics going on. No big deal or anything.
I should have stuck the landing.
The gold! A little bit easier?
Yeah, a lot easier.
It was like, yeah, lots easier.
I was able to do it 90% of the way by hand. Before I couldn't even reach it with my fingertips. Like, all I could do was use the scratch it to do one click at a time.
First time we left the transmission cross member tight, I didn't think to, hey, lower it a little bit. You can reach those bolts a little better because we fight between the sheet metal, the floor, and the transmission.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Learn from us.
Disconnect your shifter boots. Take those off. And just leave your shifters themselves in there.
That's why this is not a how-to channel.
This is a learn as we learn channel. Or learn
Straight
from
up.
what we learn. If you watch our videos, you'll have a lot easier time doing it. Nope.
I can climb up on the bench there.
Nope.
Those four that are sitting there.
Yep.
No, pause it.
It's not
Do that for me.
focusing. I'm fondling these nuts.
Now that we're finishing up the carrier bearing install, we're going to move on to a little exhaust bracket that mounts on the side of the left side of the transmission bell housing that holds the exhaust, as well as the inspection cover to look at the clutch. Then we'll move on to attaching the slave cylinder and transmission cross member itself. Now we're going to install the front driveline. Brandon's installing the exhaust holder. It's just really tough to see up in there.
Gotta do it like a rail.
Goddamn noisemaker here. Get this thing off real quick.
That's probably what it sounds like.
So,
There you go. It was about to come off, but my thumb got stuck in there. That's the sound that Alan always makes.
microphone's on.
That'll do. Cleaning,
Brandon's wiping the inspection cover up a little bit, cleaning it.
inspecting the inspection cover.
He's gonna then pop that on, and we'll pop in the front drive line, and then there's these little gussets that go on the sides of your transmission and your engine. Bolt them all together. We're gonna put those on next. Then the sway bar. Continuing on. slough off that top layer of skin.
Whoa, dude, your skin looks like baby skin.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I can just tell the difference.
Just ate that layer. Well, is it all soft?
Yeah, it feels really soft. Doesn't feel horrible when I'm eating.
Weird. Can this go from the back? I don't think we can.
Brandon's attaching the rubber boot for the clutch fork and attaching the slave cylinder. There's a tight space up in there. Are there any tricks to that boot, Brandon?
We will find out. Looks pretty standard issue though. I mean, that goes in there, little C-channel metal stuff. This little ring is what the transmission actually sits in. So this part goes on the inside, this part's all exterior. But,
pretty good sealing.
yeah.
I like the way they make those.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so got this lovely little 3VZ here we've been working on. We got our pilot bearing in, or showed up and then in finally. Clutch in, all the rest of that stuff in, transmission attached, rear drive line, front drive line, speedometer cable, all the wires that go to the transmission. We got those routed, got the engine ground on, got the starter back on. What else do we do? Got a few other things floating around. I guess there wasn't a whole lot on the front of the engine today. Most of it was underneath. But we did get our timing pulley. Obviously it's not there, but we got it. So we can do that tomorrow. And yeah, we can finish the timing on this thing, which is exciting. So recap on the timing. These came to us at Top Dead Center. Thank you, S&J Engines. I just tightened these by hand, that way I didn't rotate it at all. You can see it's moving right now. So I'll torque those once the belt's actually on there and everything's set. You can see my marks on the crank here. I've got to rotate it back to Top Dead Center. I did those marks before we moved anything on the engine, so that way it would remain at Top Dead Center. Again, S&J Engines, thank you for putting it all at Top Dead Center. They had to run it on some machine first. Distributor is already there, so that's also good. It runs off of this camshaft. And yeah, so do all that. I'm going to start by wrapping it around, like the timing belt on this one, then get all the tension out of it going through here so it's nice and tight through there. There's no like slack in it. And then all the slack is going to collect right here where the little pulley is, the little tensioner is, and I'm going to use that to get rid of all the slack. That way this stays timed and it doesn't try to like move around and screw up the timing just by trying to get all the tension out. So yeah, she's looking pretty good. A little bit more cleaning here and there. I need to cut these off because these are indeed disappearing. And I need to take out these two little solenoids here, these little vacuum operated ones, the red and the green, because apparently those are both EGR. You can see where our EGR used to go right there. Now it's, I don't know, those are just kind of chill. You can see the block off plate we made right there. And yeah, this baby's super close to getting started and getting back on the road. If you look underneath, pretend you didn't see that license plate. Maybe Scott can edit it out. Let's see. You see anything hanging? There's nothing hanging. No more drive lines. No more wires. No more torsion. Not torsion bar. Sway bar. Yeah. It's starting to be a real truck again.
Oh, I want to be a real boy.
What?
We got a lot of stuff done today, bros. We got our pilot bearing installed, our clutch installed, our transmission installed, drive lines installed, sway bar installed, slave cylinder plugged in, clutch fork all installed. We got our wiring down to our back of our transmission all hooked up, backup lights and those devices. All of our shifters put back in the truck, transmission cross member bolted in, starter bolted on. So we're ready to set timing. Tomorrow we're going to come in, do some yoga, do some meditation, channel the timing gods, the gods of speed, line up our chakras and set some 3VZ timing. So we'll see you guys then. Like and subscribe. Thanks for leaving comments. I read them all, even the stupid ones. Like I said, or check us out at cougarhousegarage.com. Look at our Facebook /CougarHouseGarage and go look at our Instagram. Follow us. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see a 4Runner with a 4BT. This is Cougar House, this is Cougar House.
Cougar House, Cougar House.
I'm going to come up with something good. It's going to take a lot of tries that you're going to have to witness and bear through, but I'll come up with something.